Welcome back to World Insight. Let's look back at Monday, which was China's Double Nine Festival, but it was also Senior Citizens Day. Now, the holiday falls on the 9th day of the 9th month in the lunar calendar. Now, why all these nines? Because traditionally, it's auspicious, as the pronunciation of the Chinese character for nine is the same as the word for eternity. In recent years, it's also been celebrated as a day for the younger generations to honor their elders. Now, as China has the biggest population in the world, the aging issue raises new concerns as the country grows grayer at a faster pace.
It's a regular day for Lu Yijun, a community worker helping the elderly in Beijing.
Hello.
86-year-old Mr. Tian retired over 20 years ago. He lives alone and has trouble walking. Although he says he can take care of himself, Lu Yijun visits him every day.
When my curtain was torn and the drain pipe went wrong, Lu came to help me right away.
Leaving Tian's home, Lu visits another senior in the area.
No matter what happens, either to their home or themselves, they can ask me for help. I'm responsible for 13 households.
Hupingli Subdistrict, where Li Yijun works, is one of the largest in Beijing. A fifth of the 120,000 people who live here are over 60. 500 of them need community services like those Lu Yijun provides. Community workers' teams like hers were just set up this July by the Beijing Dongcheng district government.
Our service team is the first professional one providing community service to the elderly. They help take care of them and get to know their needs.
According to the China Research Center on Aging, more than 8.3% of the population are above 65. In most cities, more than 50% of the elderly live apart from their children. Taking care of them is a major social concern. Some choose to go to nursing homes. 83-year-old Mrs. Zhou lives in the Sujiqing nursing home in Haidian district. When she first came, leg problems prevented her from walking. Therapy has now allowed her to enjoy the fresh air by herself. But it wasn't easy for her to get into Sujiqing.
My daughter and son looked for several nursing homes for me, but they were all full. We waited for several years to have a place.
The waiting list at Sujiqing is long.
We have 500 beds and they are always full. There are about 1,000 on a waiting list, and some of them have waited for more than 3 years.
Statistics indicate over 300,000 senior citizens in Beijing want to live in a nursing home, but the city can provide only 40,000 beds. On the national level, there are 1.6 beds for every 100 senior citizens, much lower than in developed countries, where it's 5 to 7. Since China became an aging society in 1999, building a social security system for the elderly has been a long-term strategy for the government. China is now expanding the field of services in 3 areas. 1. Setting up a social security system with pension insurance and health insurance. 2. Improving social welfare services. And 3. Advancing laws on issues relating to aging. The biggest challenge is in the rural areas. The senior population there accounts for over 70% of the country's total. But the majority still follow centuries of tradition of relying on their children, as most don't have pensions. China launched a pilot rural pension program in August, which is expected to cover 10% of counties by the end of 2009, and the whole country by 2020. The new scheme would be subsidized by the central and local governments. Farmers over 60 will receive a monthly pension set according to their area's standard income levels. In this village in Shanxi province, 75 seniors received their pension in August for the first time.
We receive this money without paying anything. It will make life easier.
Elsewhere in the world, aging is affecting every country. Japan has the highest proportion of residents over 65 in the world, about a fifth of the population. You can see senior citizens nearly everywhere. It's estimated that by 2050, people over the age of 65 will account for 40% of its population. Most Japanese retire around the age of 55 or 60, and they continue to contribute to society. Hisashi Hosokawa is a good example of someone who retired from his government job and decided to continue working by starting his own company.
Half the people who work in government jobs usually retire in their late 50s, but around that time they are usually still full of energy and very young at heart. That's why I decided to start my company and continue to work.
For most Japanese, retirement signals the start of their second life. The average lifespan for women in Japan is 86 years and 79 years for men. That's a lot of time after retirement.
I think it is really important that retirees can still contribute to society. These people should at least be fulfilled mentally and feel useful in whatever they do.
In Japan, the cost of nursing homes is very high for most people. Those who choose to live in retirement homes have to augment their pensions with savings to cover the fees. So a majority choose to live the rest of their lives comfortably at home. Japan's model offers some suggestions to China's strategy. For its fast-growing economy, looking after the old is looking after the social welfare system. For China's 169 million senior citizens, finding a new life after retirement is a way to help themselves. And for the country's young, a mature social welfare system means a secure retirement in the future.
Well, this couple over here won't be the only ones, because it's estimated that by the year 2050, senior citizens will make up for a third of China's population, compared with the current proportion of just 1 in 9. China knows it needs to continue to modify and improve its welfare system for the well-being of its elderly and all its people. Well, with that look, we come to the end of this program. We always love to hear from you. Your comments and your suggestions are valuable, so keep sending your emails to our address at worldinsight@cctv.com. We'll see you at the same time next week for a new edition of this program. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm James Chow in Beijing. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.